Hey, yo, what's going on? We're back for episode 4 of the podcast. I think sounds about right.
Sounds about
We
right.
we
Going
got
with it.
we got another special guest this week. We got Mayhem from UYU Gaming. How's it going, man?
What's good, boys? I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, we actually just got some news like right now. Fucking fastball dropped for Robbie Beeman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about it. I don't really know. I mean, Robbie's not one of those players that looked so good that, like, even having him as a sub was a little weird to me. I thought that they might have him as a sub to, just because, like, he was one of their boys and just to actually be a sub if a sub was needed, not to actually take a spot on the team. I didn't really expect that at all.
Always a little cautious of people kind of have good stats on a shitty performing team. That's
Yeah.
something you always kind of be a little cautious of. I mean, fastballer was statistically the second worst in the pro league so far. But again, it's week 1.
They only
and
played
we
like 3 matches, right? 2
Yeah,
matches.
they played 3 matches.
And they played, arguably, I think they arguably had one of the hardest schedules of week 1. Who did they
Yeah.
have? They had Heretics,
Like-
Envy, and United.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bro,
They lost round 11, I want to say, against United.
Mm-hmm.
They got blown out third game, and they obviously won versus Envy.
yeah.
I mean-
I'm not sure about this move, honestly.
I think this is just like fastball on them. I think they just had previous problems like before the pro league, and then they kind of just got tired of it because of the way like fastball plays. Like if you guys know, a lot of people say he doesn't listen. He kind of just goes with the flow.
Yeah, which is
And-
horrible for a game like this. This is
Yeah.
easily one of the most team games that has been dropped in maybe forever in Call of Duty.
Yeah, like a lot of people
Absolutely.
don't have the inside of it, but I mean, I think they just got tired of him. They just need a new player on the team to just get the team all like refreshed and having someone that just listens way more than just doing their own thing.
Well, that makes sense. Either way, I feel like they could have had a better sub.
Yeah,
Good.
Like,
sure.
no disrespect to
Robbie,
Robbie.
Robbie played
Yeah.
good, but I mean, I don't know. Like I didn't really watch any of like their straight matches, so
Yeah.
I mean, I heard he dropped like numbers, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
He did.
Like well, the PLQ.
And I don't
Exactly.
know
He
if you're looking for somebody who's going to, like, just do what you need for the team. I don't think Robbie's really that either. Robbie's definitely one of those loud, outgoing people. Like, and he gets a lot of hype. Well, or he gets hyped a lot. So, like, I don't know if he's that guy. I feel like there was so many other players that were available, and I don't know. I feel like the original having him as a sub was the problem, not making the change now.
Yep.
I mean, my man did have a .65 and a .7 KD,
You talk about
which isn't
fastball?
which isn't a 100% indicator of performance. Again, as it speaks to everything team issues, but I mean, my man was
He wasn't
was
playing hot.
struggling.
Yeah.
My man was struggling.
Yeah,
But
I
again,
mean,
it sucks for somebody who's been grinding so long to finally get to the pro league, and after 1 week
Mhm.
you're on the bench.
I mean, you know a lot about that, huh, Mayhem?
Yeah, I was waiting for that question.
Yeah, I mean, you guys proved everybody wrong.
I
Like,
mean, we only went 3 and 4. I mean, our matches were like super close. Could have went like here and there on some of the maps. Just needed more chemistry, but yeah.
honestly, after that move, I had you guys going 0-7.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I really didn't. I really didn't like the move at all. I didn't like the timing.
Yeah.
To me, like, you guys weren't really one of the strongest teams in the pool to begin with.
Mhm.
Like, I think you guys were ranked 4th going into it, 4th or 5th, and then you guys messed with the team. Obviously, Methods is an animal,
Mhm.
but we had Ricky on here last week, or Atura, and and he was talking about how Methods kind of plays like he baits people a lot, and he kind of inflates his stats.
Yeah.
So they weren't sure how that was going to work with you, and he actually thinks that you guys would have done better with spoofs still, but I don't know. You changed my mind. At the beginning, I really thought it was going to go awful, and then it went decently well, especially with you and Methods becoming a duo in the slang department anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like if people like watch their matches, our respawns it was good, but we just needed more chemistry. Like you said, Zinni baits a lot, and adding him to the team, we have to do like a bunch of like role changes. Like we put Caesar as like the flex now, and he has to be able to like slide and do a bunch of better and new like mechanics that he's not used to, because he was the one that played main. But like you said, like slang wise, I think our slang is amazing, but now we just got to get the teamwork down, and that'll just come with chemistry. And this is like where we just grind out to get everyone on the same page.
True.
I mean, you guys all saw like our S&D was trash.
Yeah. Besides
Like-
Hacienda with Proto, just like I feel like Proto was the MVP of your S&D wins. Like, that dude was killing it.
For sure.
And you personally were one of the biggest surprises to me. We gassed the fuck out of you in the last podcast.
Appreciate it.
But you were one of the biggest surprises for me out of week one because, well, besides Midnight being nuts. But I went into it thinking that you were just like an average, maybe like a top amateur. Definitely not coming out as a top player after the first 2 weeks. Like that was a huge surprise for me. Did you expect that going in?
I honestly thought I was gonna get like maybe like a 1.05 like tops. Like I wasn't really. I don't know. All I know is I played a lot of online, played a lot of Texas host. I was getting shit on, played bad for weeks. Well, I never let it get into my head. Just kept a good attitude, and then I don't know. I just showed up to LAN and just started doing my own thing. I don't know. Kind of just happened.
Word.
Absolutely. And obviously with the patch coming in, and I think it's been confirmed that we're staying on the old patch until Fort Worth. How is that going as far as the Pro League and still trying to get games on the new patch for Fort Worth? How are you balancing that?
Well, right now we're playing like the pre-patch, and then they're just playing like we're playing on the actual patch, and they're playing on the ones before. So we kind of got the head start on them because they're grinding like an old meta. Well, we're in a new meta. So right now Zinni's kind of sick, so we haven't been grinding as much. But once he starts to feel better, then we'll really start to adjust to this new meta like other teams are. But like another thing too, like watching streams and looking how good the Maddox is, I kind of miss it. Because right now they added like a bit more recoil. Like it's still good, don't get me wrong, but it's not as good as before, where you could kind of like challenge a lot of things and get away with it, because like the old Maddox had like no recoil at all.
Well, yeah, the Maddox players before were blessed. Like obviously, like you could just like look at the stats around, and you could tell that the Maddox players were for the most part the best players on their team stats wise. And I feel like that's definitely going to change. I don't know. Like obviously, I think the meta is going to be super similar. I think it's going to be an ICR, 2 Maddoxes, and 2 Sogs still.
Yep.
But I think now there's a little bit of an opening for maybe like a
like
can.
the swordfish, the can.
Yeah.
Sure.
So.
I mean, a lot of these teams we're scrimming against, like they're using the swordfish, trying it out. I mean, I still think it's going to be on the old meta because the swordfish didn't get all that buffed. Like, they just buffed, like, the aim-in. But, like, the Maddox is still really good, and you got to be aggressive in this game to constantly get trades. So if one person's using a Maddox and then one person's using a swordfish, like, one person's able to get kills up close to medium range with stock, while the other one, they're just kind of standing still pre-aiming. So, like, what are you really doing on the map? So it kind of just depends, like, on your team. I don't know. I just gotta like play more to like figure it out.
Yeah, I think it's weird that we're all watching something on the old patch while people are like we're playing and people are practicing on the new patch, and it's
Mhm.
just like a little bit weird to fucking see. But
Mhm.
And that's just that fucking timing.
yeah, I'm not really sure what the fuck is going on with Activision. Yeah, there's right now a lot of suspect things. I feel like in terms of the comp scene, I feel like they just don't give a fuck, honestly.
The Augur got GA'd, right? That's a new thing.
I mean that was GA'd for a hot minute.
The Augur?
No one, yeah, no one really like used it in like competitive.
Huh.
And Annihilator's GA now? Or is that just a rumor?
Yeah, the Annihilator's GA'd, which I kind of agree with because there really is no counter to it. Like, first off, it lasts way too long. It lasts like what, maybe like 20 seconds, 25 seconds. And then you have like what, like 6 or 7 shots, which is like, that's like a whole wave of kills. And then you could still like push out a cut and then get even more with a one-shot pistol. And you're kind of like, what the hell? Like, what do you do?
I mean, you can see what Rated does with it. Like that dude's a freak, and
Oh, for sure.
and you could see him struggling all game,
Hmm.
and end up getting his Annihilator, and it completely turns the game around for him and his team.
Yeah, he
Uh,
did that shit to us. I think
yeah,
I was like the gridlock control. He got like a 6-piece full streaks
yeah,
when he was like negative, and it's just like, okay, like good job, I guess. Like,
and at the PLQ as well, he was like 1-7 in round 11,
yeah,
and he got his
Yep.
Annihilator and won the round for his team. So I don't know. It's weird. The specialists I feel like don't have a spot in the game, and if they do, they like I feel like if there were tunes more,
hmm,
like if they paid more attention to what they actually do, they would have a good spot in the game. But right now, I feel like I mean they did a good job with the vision pulse.
yeah,
At the beginning of the game, you could get that shit like 2 times a game, and I think they did a good job with that. But I don't. They seem to not be keeping up with it,
yeah.
and like actually caring about what happens and anything like that. But then they change something, and we get upset either way. So.
Exactly.
Like I was gonna say, like I think the Annihilator could be in play, but you have to decrease the time, like for how long like you have it out.
Yeah.
Like, or it's either that or you just decrease the amount of shots, because like people can compare. Like I saw pros tweeting out, like why isn't Grab Slam or like Grapple G'd? Well, it's like, bro, like you kind of need Grapple to bait into a hill to go into it to break. Like it's 5v5. You're not just gonna all just go in there and just break a setup when people are on head glitches. And with the Grab Slam, you can only use it like once during that time. It's not like it lasts. Like you can't Grab Slam and then Grab Slam again right after. Like the Annihilator, where you could get off like 2 shots and 2 more shots and 2 more shots.
Yeah.
Like, it's just way more different. Like you can't compare that really.
Or even just lower the rate of fire.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Yeah,
it's the
give
same
it a
thing
little
like
bit of
War
a-
Machine. Same thing as War Machine too. Like pro players call out like he has War Machine put on flak. If you have your own Grab Slam player, and he could be calling out saying when they have Grab Slam and when they're gonna use it. Like as a pro player, you gotta kind of know what's going on and when they're gonna be using a specialist. Like that's part of the game. I
Well,
don't
that's what
enjoy
it seems
when.
like for you guys. You get the War Machine, like from what it looked like. Most of the time, you use a War Machine against people without flak.
Yeah, I don't know
Just
how, but go ahead.
well, Ricky brought it up and he said that it's because you have a really good start to your games,
Yeah.
and you get the War Machine way before the other War Machine on the other team is even close.
Hmm.
So I think that's what it is. You get it way before everybody else, and without flak, that thing rips people apart.
Yep.
So, but I don't know. I feel like even trophies are half decent enough for that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not really a problem. Like, I don't have a problem with specialists because everyone has them. It just comes
Yeah.
down to who uses it better and who could create a team push or a setup to do it. Like, people just want to focus on themselves, which, like, it's a good thing, but at the same time, like, I feel like it's more competitive to have a whole team doing something rather than just yourself. Like,
Yeah.
it's way harder to get a whole team on the same page and to do something.
Yeah, I think those are the teams that are really, really flourishing right now. Are the teams that have the best uh, teamwork. Like I don't know. This game is just super team based, and the teams that were made just out of raw talent aren't really working out.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Like 100 Thieves, Luminosity. Luminosity kind of turned it around, but yeah, it seems like this game is super teamwork oriented. I think that's why the AM teams are really doing as well, because they're not as mechanically gifted as some of these top teams right now, anyway,
Hmm.
and they're doing super well. So
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, I never thought I'd see the day where I'm beating LG in 3 respawns and then I'm losing a S&D to them.
yeah,
Like,
no, not at all.
Nope.
normally it's the opposite, you know? Like,
Yeah, I mean, like you completely caught me off guard. Like obviously, like you're one of my homies, and I was rooting for you to do well, but I did not see this happening at all. Especially watching you for, well, I've been watching you since Black Ops 3, and you've never really been that takeover player. And
yeah.
now we're seeing you do it, and it's awesome to see, first of all, and then completely caught me off guard.
Yeah, I think I'm just like, I gotta give thanks to my teammates because I think I'm just surrounded by a great group of people who are like willing to listen and learn without giving like attitude.
Yeah.
Because, in the COD scene, everyone thinks they're just better than the other person. But,
Oh yeah, there's a lot of pride, like too
yeah.
much pride in this game, or not in this game, in this community right now.
Hmm.
I think you like. I mean, I can even see it just in the very very low AM scene, like before
See
even getting to
everywhere.
yeah, before even getting to players that deserve to have a little bit of pride. I mean, you could go into league play right now and
League play,
just listen to
pubs,
people.
GBs, CMG,
Yeah,
Yeah.
everywhere. We always been like that, so
yeah. I think COD players have a different mindset.
Hmm. They're just built differently.
Yeah, they're
yeah.
looking for solo success mainly.
Yeah.
I guess that brings me to another point since we brought it up. Yo, they fucked league play up like really bad.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Uh,
Um, I didn't expect this shit. Well, I mean,
I
I, I feel like it's not hard to make a decent rank system,
it shouldn't be.
but they completely butchered it. I guess they have a hidden MMR that we don't know about,
Hmm.
but like,
I mean,
I,
listen, they just put something out, just so people wouldn't complain, and now we have it. It's not the best,
I wish that was true.
whatever.
I wish that was true. I wish
Yeah.
they just put something out because we were complaining and we wanted it. Like, if that was the case, they should have put this shit out. If they just wanted to put something else so that people would shut up, they could have put this out at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, for sure.
They spent all
It's
this
like
time making it sound like it was going to be
so bad.
something legendary and like,
It's overcomplicated. It's just I have to grind for 4 days just to get my first rank.
yeah, I don't know. This shit is.
Ugh.
They did
Yeah,
a
I,
horrible
I, I
job.
got blue screened like 6 times today.
Yeah, I saw your tweet about that.
Oh, it was actually insane. Like my shit just kept getting like reset over and over. I had to just keep doing my settings because I was getting that
Corrupted data.
whatchamacallit. Yeah, that
Yeah.
shit.
I actually haven't had that since after the first patch, like of this game in general. So I'm feeling pretty lucky about that.
I didn't even know that was a thing, and then I just started getting it like every day.
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, and I quote tweeted something today like the fucking whole team of Optic. I mean, without Karma, they had TP, but they're running league play together. It's like, yo, can you imagine solo queuing, like going to play some ranked, trying to play a little competitive, and running into the full team of fucking Optic? Like, I don't know. Like, even if you had a full squad, like, there's not too many teams that can even beat them, like professional teams. So I don't know. Like, it's something fucked up. I feel like they need to have their own like 5-man queues or something because this game, like, it's impossible to play alone if you want to rank up anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it should just be like 3 max.
Yeah,
It's like
and if
rolling
you
up in a 4 and a 5, like bro, like the other team just can't hang with you at all.
yeah if you really want to do that, Then make 2 separate queues. Like they had that in Black Ops 2,
Yeah.
where if you came in with the full squad, you played another full squad. The ranking system was the same, except you were just playing full squads instead. So,
Hmm.
or even the way Overwatch does it. For the most part, if you come in as a 4-man, you're playing another 4-man with another person, or like at least one part. Like it's one player off. Like if you're playing
Yeah.
as a 5-man, you'll play against a 4-man. Sometimes, most of the time, you play against a 5-man. I feel like they should have done that, but
They
I
could
don't
have
know.
done it. They could have done it the league way. You have a solo/duo queue, then you have a team queue.
Yeah,
If you want to be a solo player in the team queue, go ahead. That's up to you.
Yeah.
yeah.
But this whole grinding for points and you have to get gems, and at the end, if you have 3, it's just so fucking.
And it's playtime. It's not even
It's
like
so
a skill thing. I guess there's a
fun.
skill based MMR in there somewhere that they're not really showing to us blatantly. But at the end of the day, it's all about grinding and finishing top in your division. And the divisions are not even fucking fair. Like
Yeah.
if you started early, you're in a horrible division with people that are grinding for 24 hours a day. But if you started a little bit later, you're in a division with people that are like not playing as much. So I don't know. It just doesn't make any fucking sense to me at all.
You try to reinvent the fucking wheel.
Yeah, and they fucked it up bad. We got a square fucking wheel.
Square fucking wheel.
Anyway, yo, you guys want to talk about Division B a little bit?
I mean, you good? Absolutely.
No for you. Yeah. No for
Vamos!
Vamos.
Yo, Heretics came in fucking hot. I did not expect this. I don't know. I barely expected them to make the league. This is another team like Midnight to me. Like I did not. I barely expected them to make the league. I expected them to scrape in. Now they're at the top of their division, and they're not just beating up on, like the lower teams.
Hmm.
No.
I mean, listen. All I gotta say, one word: passion. That is what they have. Like I'm pretty sure we played them at the first event, and then we beat them. Well, the only reason why we beat them is because we knew how good they were. Like, I feel like a lot of people think, like, like, oh, Heretics, they don't scrim good people. They're gonna come here, be behind, and then maybe they'll take them lightly the first map. Like you just can't give them momentum at all.
Yeah,
And like personally, from playing them, they have the best gun skill like I've ever played against. Like those guys are teed.
yeah. I think it was Glacier that tweeted some shit about that, and he said that like fighting them sucks. Like
Yeah.
when you see them on a map, and if you choke any shots, you're dead.
100%. That's why playing against those guys, like you gotta just make sure that you're just in really good setups because they will challenge you. Like 100%, they are challenging you. Doesn't matter if you're on a heady, doesn't matter if they have a SOG and you have an ICR, like from Lambo heady to like Rock, like they're challenging everything.
I think that's
You
something
guys
we've
are-
always noticed from like non-North American teams is the first time you play them, they're always just extremely aggressive and focus on their gun skill like crazy.
Mhm.
But I guess they came in obviously with the teamwork. I mean, I think they've had the same 4 core players for a couple years now, and then they just added medals, and he's nuts.
Yeah.
So,
Man. Yeah.
you have them coming up top, which I mean, I kind of had them finishing. I think I had them finishing 4th or 5th or somewhere in that area, but
Damn.
yeah, they came in.
I had them like top 3 to be honest. Like
Yeah,
I just know those guys are disgusting.
I mean, I feel like the top 3 to me was like fairly cemented in. I thought it was going to be Splice, United, and Envy,
Mhm.
and then have them there, not because they're bad, just because the top of the top 3 were so what I felt like was solid.
See,
But
the only reason why I knew Heretics was gonna be like top 3 or like top 2, whatever, because all the like Splice and E United, like they didn't play at the PLQ, so they get way less land practice than everyone else. So like when you're like, I think that's one advantage that us PLQ teams had over like the top teams, and you can obviously see with like LG that like that land practice because we just know like they play online on 20 hertz and sliding everything works. When you come to land, like you can't be doing the same challenges you'd be doing on 20 hertz, just like 60. We're just playing on local area.
Yeah, are the cameras a little bit better?
No, I'm pretty sure it's the same shit.
Yeah. Yeah, just because I haven't played LAN, obviously, because I'm a scrub and I just sit at home and play games. But yeah, I mean, that team is solid. They came out and they're fucking. They got that extra LAN experience. Who are they scrimming like before the PLQ? Do we know? That's one of the teams that's in Vegas, right? Or they were in Vegas, or
No,
somewhere.
I'm pretty sure they're in like Europe or whatever, right?
Oh, for real? They moved to Europe.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they were playing low-level EU. That was the rumblings.
They didn't play like anyone good. They pretty much just show up and just out-passion you.
KFC boys. Ooh. Then if you look at the fucking other end of the spectrum, you have Denial, which
I'm happy to say I called that shit.
I mean, that was
Ricky was arguing with me. Ricky was arguing with me last week. He said Denial's not going to be as bad as you think they are, and I'm like, bro, I don't know, like, I'm pretty sure they're.
I had them. I pretty much had them last.
Yeah. E6 is another team that I really didn't think was going to do well either.
Not at all.
Envy disappointed, but they played a bunch of hot teams, I guess.
I feel like E6 is a sleeper, but the moment they took away Stock 2, I think that's when they downgraded.
Well, we also thought that about Midnight, and then Midnight just didn't give a fuck about it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, those guys are crazy. Those guys are nasty.
Yeah.
General just plays so fucking slow. Like, his number of engagements is just off.
I haven't even seen that. Wait, what are his engagements compared to like everyone else?
Man, I have to find the stats. I remember, what game was it? It was. Can I play? I want to say it was versus. I have to find the actual stats, but I'm pretty sure it was versus EU, and it was just. He was like 10 engagements below everybody else on his team. It was pretty fucking bad. So they had some chemistry, pacing issues, but they had some fucking Kissmen. They have some players though. That's the thing that's keeping them
Frosty's
around.
Sick. Frosty's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Especially in S&D with the sniper, that guy is nuts to watch.
The fact that he could just come from one game and then come into another game and just make the league, like that's actually impressive. Like he actually deserves some massive props, and he's playing like really well. It's not like he made the league and then he's getting shit on, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that Koshka sniping though.
That shit's weird. I don't know how I feel about that. Like I don't see the reason.
Tried it. He keeps trying it.
I don't see the reason of using it over
with the laser sight.
Over the like I don't really understand it.
I didn't even know. Wait, he uses that? I didn't even know. I haven't been watching matches because I've just kind of been.
Yeah, he uses Koshka thermal laser sight.
I mean,
I gotta respect it.
The hipster in me respects it, but like, come on.
What is you doing? Like,
it's just not. You team killing people. There was some rough maps with that shit, but
yeah.
But Envy, man, they just choked some fucking rounds.
Yeah, like it feels like something's off. Like they're using their score streaks horribly.
What was that fucking map? Where the fucking aches? It was like.
Oh, the lightning strike on Hossie?
Yeah, and
and he just looking straight ahead. Everybody's staring at him. He's just straight ahead, not looking at nobody.
It's funny because I wanted to like guy out to that and then tweet out, but then like someone else already did it. I'm like, damn, like.
People are fast
now. That was just so funny. Yeah, everyone's trying to get that Twitter juice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like, who was next to him? He gave him like the dirt. I think it was Hugh.
It was Hugh and Silly. They were just
Hugh gave him like the dirtiest look. Like, what the fuck was that? Like what were you thinking? Like, that was actually hilarious.
Oh, the dead stare, just looking straight at the monitor. I respect it. But they lost 2-3. Accelerate. I called Accelerate. Put down to me. But I said, if I had to pick a sleeper, that's a team.
Yeah, I mean, they were probably the team for me too for the sleepers. I had E6 and Denial not doing well, so.
Calling sleeper when like 5 of the 8 teams are negative Maps go,
Yeah.
but we don't talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly liked watching Division A way more than watching Division B. I'm having a hard time staying focused on the games in Division B. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe it's because I don't have a horse in the race. I feel like I got a whole bunch of buddies that are like being represented in Division A and nothing in Division B. So maybe
like
that has
Division
something to do
A,
with it.
everything was just way more like competitive. Like every match was
Mhm.
like way closer. I mean, that United and Accelerate match though, like that was insane, you know.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. Like if you look at like the map counts and all that, like it's pretty much the same though. Like we had EG like going like 0-4 as well. I don't
Yeah.
know. Wait, when did they win? Was it like when they were 0-5 or something, or 0-6?
Yeah. And they
Yeah, so-
beat who was
Yeah,
it that
but-
they fucking beat? Yeah, they beat Reciprocity after Reciprocity beat Midnight. I think that
Yeah.
was more what it had something to do with was the fact that anybody in Division A could beat anybody
Mhm.
was like the most exciting thing to me. Like you could see EG go up against Gen G and still think that EG has a chance, even though they've been shitting the bed and Gen G's been unstoppable.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so we pretty much went through all the teams in Division B there. Conversation that me and Shaq were having. We were talking about the top 5 like god players. Like I don't know if you know what I'm talking about or what I'm referencing here, but like you got those players like Dashi, Gunless, Temp. We're trying to find 5 players like that right now. I threw Hugh into the conversation, and we were trying to find a 5th. Who would your like top 5 god
think
players?
I think those 4, and then who would the 5th be?
That's what we were like. We were having this exact same problem. We couldn't figure out who the fucking 5th would be.
Well, let me see this real quick. Oh, Alec. Alec has to
Yeah.
be up there.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wait.
put him there now.
Yeah,
He 100% has to be up
yeah.
there.
We had him in there. Who the fuck did I just add?
You added,
know.
I think Hugh. Think you added Hugh as the 5th.
Okay, yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
Temp. So
Yeah,
Hugh,
yeah.
Temp, Dashi, Pierce, and then Alec.
Yeah, okay, we had 5. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, those are the 5. I'm big wilding right now. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
You just added Hugh. I'm like, I'm not gonna object to Hugh. He's just highest
Yes.
KD as a song.
Yeah, that guy's insane. There was actually a stat on Alec where it was like, I think out of 26 respawns, 25 of them, he's been positive.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
I think it was 23 hard points. He was positive out of 22 of them. Like, I don't know how you have that kind of consistency, but. And I mean that's one of your old teammates too. Did it feel like that when you played with him?
It was Pristini and Alec. They were flipped in Black Ops 3.
Yeah, I remember that. Watching Pristini, he was a complete fucking maniac. Like,
Yeah.
and then you had you and Stumpf and Alec as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So that, like, I mean, that was. I didn't expect this coming out of varsities, honestly. Especially with that United squad, like Prestini has been that player for a team before, like back in Black Ops 3. Watching him was nuts. Clayster's been that player. Cap's been that player. I mean, Ibizi hasn't been because he's still relatively new to.
I mean, World War II, that guy was disgusting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then yeah, we had that. Yeah, that was probably that would be the top 5 players I was thinking of. What the fuck else was I thinking of too? There was something else. We were talking about some bullshit. I forgot what the fuck it was.
I don't know what you're talking about. Then we had the team of the week. Who was it? It was Lucky, Journey, Alec, Aqua, and Temp.
I mean, I'm not mad at that. I mean, you're taking a lot
I mean, I
from
really-
like, that's only 3 teams, but
Yeah, like those guys are the goats. I don't know what to tell you.
yeah,
I mean, I don't really have any objections other than that.
it's just crazy. So yeah, I guess that pretty much answers the top 3 players. Is like from those 5 anyway. We usually go through after the week and talk about who we think the top 3 players and the top 3 rookies are. we have a hard time fucking figuring out who the rookies are because there's so fucking many this year.
Yeah, rookies?
Yeah, like first year in the pro league.
Yeah, and there's probably a lot of players. God damn.
I think there was like 24 at the beginning of the year.
Sheesh.
I mean, like you got Midnight, who's like the whole team is a rookie. You guys, who the whole team besides Zinni is a rookie. And it's fucking nutty this year. Like I'm excited for that. But I think at the end of the day, we are giving it to. Well, I think I had you, Brack, and someone else. I forget who the fuck it was, but stroking out in Division A. But yeah, for the top 3 players, it's probably got to be Arcity's Temp. Can you hear my dogs wilding?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
wow.
Yeah, it's probably Arcity's Temp. Yeah, it's probably got to be Lucky. Yeah, Lucky or Journey.
I'm leaning Lucky.
Yeah. And then rookies, I guess it could be those 2 players from Heretic since they've never been in the league. Trying to find a 3rd player here.
You could throw like Kismet or like Frosty in there.
I was thinking
Yeah.
Kismet, see if he was. Yeah, I guess he is a rookie.
Were they not in like the Black Ops 3 league?
No.
No, okay. I just remember the E6 team being in there.
Yeah, I think for rookies, you'd have to throw in like Kismet.
Yeah.
He's been frying apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't pay much attention this week as I usually do. Like I paid a lot more attention in week 1 and 2.
Yeah, I haven't really been like watching that many matches. 'Cause I've just been trying to figure out this updates with like the Maddox and all that.
How are you guys feeling? I guess you guys haven't played much because you said Zinni was sick, but
Yeah, I mean, we've never really been good online, so it's like our locations are all spread, but like we kind of try our best to just get our team chemistry and teamwork in play. That way, when we go to LAN, we're getting the kills and working together.
I see. Also, one of my sleeper picks. Well, I had 2 sleeper picks for Rookie of the Year. I mean, I got 2 players that aren't even in the league right now. I got Simp and Celium, both as like sleeper picks for Rookie of the Year. You see
Wait,
them?
can they even be in there though? Because they haven't even made the league.
March 1st, like roster moves are allowed, right?
Yeah, but like, do you count that though? Like,
I
don't
didn't.
know. Like,
I didn't, but I mean, you want to go for the super sleeper? I mean, you want to bet on him early? I can respect it.
Well, are they like? Can they not get into the league? Am I?
I mean, they
completely-
can. It's not like a 100% lock.
I could. I don't know.
Like you see those struggling teams, like, I mean, obviously there's a lot of rumblings that we're seeing about EG replacing Facento with Attach,
Yeah.
but
A lot of people were saying like Cell was playing like, you know, like he was doing good on LAN, but you know, not like online Cell. So like, I don't
mean,
know
that
if
was
teams
just-
are willing to just make a change like that, unless like you're really getting shit on, which is like it's like the European teams, like the Denial or what are they, Australian or something like that,
Denial's French.
or French? My bad.
Yeah.
So I didn't fucking know.
hold on,
mean,
hold on, let's see.
One of
Yeah.
them. One of them.
Division B, who's in? Like E6, like I don't think they're ever gonna make a change. 100 Thieves, no. Accelerate, yeah, but like I don't see them join, like having Cell or Simp. Like I could see them taking a chance on them, but like I don't know. I feel like that'd be like a weird group of people because I know Accelerate really well.
Yeah, they're in that, like, there's like certain groups. There's definitely cliques in like the AM scene
Yeah.
where people love to just team with the same people they've teamed with a million times before. Like we saw it with you guys with Alliance or Allegiance and GGA.
Yeah.
You guys like playing with the same core players. So, I don't know. Do you see that Robbie Beeman roster change sticking out, or do you see them replacing him when the roster lock opens as well.
I think they're definitely going to change him. I think this is just like a short-term thing because, you know, like they weren't expecting to use their sub, and it kind of just happened.
Yeah. I think that's probably right. Like I can see them making a move too. Who could you see coming in from the AM scene? Can you see Zuma possibly leaving the Optic sub spot?
No, I think like maybe like Casey or Pander. I think like they
Okay.
could try like picking him up. Or like I don't know. I think like what are like the top like amateur like Teddy Rex and them super like it's like the top 2 amateur teams. I don't really know that circle. I don't know the names, but pretty much like
Zap and shit like that.
yeah, like that whole like circle of
Like
like
the phase black almost area.
pretty much.
Like Tish and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not really too like well versed on that circle, just because like obviously I know all my AM players mostly from people that have played with Stumpf, so
Yeah, I think top 3 it would probably be like Casey, Spoof, and then you have like Zap. I think those are like the top 3 players like you would pick
that's
up.
crazy. I didn't even have Spoof in my conversation. I don't know why I didn't, because like Spoof's unreal, but yeah, I could see him getting on a team. Farrell, I mean,
Farrell's going somewhere.
Yeah, he's definitely got to get on a team. If he doesn't get on a team, I'll be surprised.
Are you talking about just for Accelerate or just in general?
In general, yeah, I guess
Okay.
we were talking
Then,
about Accelerate, but
yeah, I was talking about Accelerate. My bad. But yeah, in general, yeah, like obviously like Pharaoh. I mean, like any like low, I don't want to say low tier org, but like a org with less following would love to have a player like Zuma, you know, that has a high following, high brand.
well, I mean
like,
that's sort of what happened with you guys, right? Like it was the brand that really wanted methods.
yeah, I mean, pretty much. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, Zinni isn't bad. He's like really good, but like
Yeah.
he also has like 150K followers. You know, like, and you're an amateur org trying to grow. Like, why not pick him up?
Especially in the COD scene, like they're an org that's obviously developed and shit like that. But if they're really trying to grow in the COD scene, then he's one of the perfect players to take.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all we got. Last week we talked about who was the most attractive teams. I don't know if you're trying to give your weigh in on that.
We're the most attractive teams.
Yeah.
Like looks.
Yeah.
I
think we went with 100. We had 100 Thieves. Who else did we have?
I think it was EG was like the clear cut.
EG was a clear cut number 1. It's a sexy ass team.
Dude, I don't know if I can answer that. Like, I don't even know.
I think you can. You just gotta take a look.
I've never like thought of that before. You know what I mean? Like, no one has ever asked me that question.
Yeah, no better time than now.
Yeah.
Attractive.
I mean, obviously the more
homo, but like I guess 100 Thieves. Like I don't know. Like,
I mean,
but like EG, you know, like you have like royalty, you know, like.
I think Gunjar's the best looking guy in the league.
No, all right, come on.
Well, I know we have this argument. I know we have this argument all the time.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
It's apathy.
I mean, apathy's definitely a silver fox.
Oh man.
Apathy, the daddy cub, yeah. That's what.
Yeah, but we gotta change the topic, bro. Like, I don't.
Are you uncomfortable? Yeah.
Now I'm about to see these fools, and I'm gonna think of this question.
All right, well, bring it back to us, yo.
It'll be like 3 weeks ago. This guy asked me like, who's the most like attractive team? Like.
Yeah, well, when you're dopping somebody up, like like when you give them a little hug, you could feel their back muscles. Like, oh, you've been working out. Like, and I'll bring this back.
Firm.
Yeah.
Firm, strong handshake. Okay, all right. See what he's working there.
Yo,
Oh man.
Lauren told me to ask who's the most unattractive team. I'm not doing that.
Oh, you trying to get this show cut quick.
I'm not trying to shit on anybody.
On stream, on YouTube? Oh, come on.
We can talk about that after the thing, yeah.
After.
Oh, I remember what I was talking about now, yeah. What do you guys do for DAPS after a round in Search and Destroy? Do you guys got a set thing that you do?
No, we kind of just
like how Envy has that
fist
shit
bump.
where they're like they have it like coordinated where Hugh like puts both of his hands out. App and Assault, I think, are on the end and they like raise their hand up in the air and air dap each other.
We're hella lazy on that shit, bro. Like I'll dap the person next to me, and then like sometimes like the guy because I'm in the corner, right? I'm in the right side.
Yeah.
So like I'll dap the guy next to me to my left, and then sometimes I'll dap the guy in the middle, depending on like if he's looking at me or like sometimes I'll call his name, like yo, like dap me up, bro. Like what's up?
That's what I'm thinking. Yo, like me and Shaq had this argument it was like a couple days ago where he's like, yo, Envy's got that hella clean handshake. I'm like, yo, that's not me though. I feel like it's super extra, the shit that people do. Like, dapping up everybody after every round, especially with 5 people now, where, like, it's crazy you guys are just, like, reaching over each other. It looks like a fucking shit show going on.
Yeah. But, I mean, it looks clean on the camera, though. Like,
it looks clean.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, for me personally, I don't need to dap you up after every round. If somebody really needs to get dapped up by me personally after every Search and Destroy round, you can have them sit next to me. And if there's 2 people, then they could be right beside me, and I'll go in the middle or some shit. But I don't know.
I ain't opposed to an air dap, bro.
I'm definitely opposed to an air dap.
See, you love breaking up teams. That's the problem. That's your problem.
I mean,
you
might be right.
Yeah, it is. I am.
Yeah.
I mean, you have. I am.
Yeah. Strong personalities. You know what they say?
So after we've seen both divisions play, who's the biggest disappointment as far as team or player?
EG.
Yeah, EG, hands down.
Like, you just look at the names. Like, you have like Faceno, the IGL, and Exotic talented, Royalty talented. I guess Goon, he's like stable. And then Fellow, like, like he's cracked, like good shot, good at S&D. Came from S&D, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah.
I think they're focusing on being the most handsome team. I think that's what they're going out with.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah. And I mean, dropping Facento for attach, they make that team a little bit more attractive too.
All right.
Attach is handsome as shit. But yeah, no, it's definitely EG, and Facento's the most disappointing player.
Yeah, I think the stock 2 nerfed him.
You think that's what it was? That fucked him in the ass? It was the stock 2?
100%.
Word.
I felt like with stock 2, it was way easier for SOG players to just like get kills because the strafe speed was just unreal. And then trying to go to stock 1, you're kind of just like, what the fuck? Like, kind of got a camera in like center way more.
Shaq, what the fuck's going on with you?
Or that EG picture is nuts.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Just look at the EG picture on the Kyopedia, and you'll find out. We're playing the game. You'll find out what's nuts about that picture.
All right, bro.
Just look at hand placement.
Are you on the Gamepedia right now, Mayhem?
Yep. Just
no, I'm not.
Just look at the hand placement. Something's super nuts about that, and that's crazy.
Especially because he's not even on the team.
Are you looking at the picture I'm looking at?
Yeah. First of all, what is Saints doing in the picture?
Oh, they still have Saints on it? They haven't even updated it?
Yeah, Facento's not in there. And Saints is hella close with who the fuck... I get them confused all the time. It's either Royalty or is it Exotic?
That's Exotic.
Yeah, he's holding on to Exotic for dear life.
My man, ooh, it is not a... And no smile... Ooh, that is... That's why they won 6.
He's serious.
That's why they won 6.
They got rid of that duo. Apparently, Saints and Exotic had some crazy fucking...
That's some fucking terrible juju on there.
All right, bro.
Oh,
Man,
yeah, I'm looking at the picture right now.
all right, bro. You see what we're talking about?
Yeah, I see it.
Hey, that shit is nuts.
It's a little weird.
Getting the hand on the hip. That's crazy.
Uh,
Honestly, I thought the team would be when they had Revan as a coach. I'm like, all right, so super smart mind. How can they fuck this up?
Oh yeah, I forgot about Revan.
Oof.
well, I mean, he was one of those players or not players, but coaches that you expected to come in and like, oh yeah, he's the Mr. X of
Yeah.
like ghosts. I guess that was the last time coaches were really a big factor.
I feel like it wasn't on him though. It was kind of just on the players just not meshing.
Yeah. Which is crazy because Goon, Royalty, and Exotic have been like they've been homies and like team members ever since like Donut Shop. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. You'd expect them to have better chemistry and better teamwork, but I'm not sure what it is.
I mean, it can't get much worse than this.
Yeah, I expect them to have a better week 5, I guess, when they're playing against the opposite division.
I mean, if Slack can turn it around, I have hope for everybody.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where you're going with that. I was like, Slack's not on that team, dude. But yeah, I got you. Yeah, Slack did turn it around. So, like, I mean, if Slack can turn it around after the shit show of a week 1 he had, I feel like a lot of teams can.
All right, so cover anything else we missed?
Yeah, we missing anything, Mayhem? You got other shit?
Yeah, I think we're good. I'm surprised you guys didn't bring up, the roster change, scenario
I
of.
mean, I don't know how much you're trying to get into it. So, like, I was kind of gauging that off of you.
I mean, I can't spill the beans, but like it was kind of all over Twitter, but.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you guys wanted Parasite. Org said, "Hey, we want methods for the branding." You're like, that doesn't make sense. I think Parasite has more followers. And then they're like, "Yo, you should do this." What I heard, you were the only one who stuck up for spoofs. Everybody else was like, "All right, fuck that man. Let's get Zinni in here." And then Zinni's like, "Whoa, I'm on a COD team." And that's pretty much how it went.
Yeah,
Did
I
I
mean
miss
that's
anything? Yeah.
kind of the gist. Yeah.
Yeah.
The cliff notes of it all.
I mean, I feel bad because like that's my homie.
Yeah, well, you and Spoofs have
Yeah,
been
like-
teaming together for like ever, like
Yeah.
getting 17th out of and like being one spot off the pro league. I've been watching you guys do that for a hot minute now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean, it was just unfortunate because I had to drop my friend, but at the same time, like, that's kind of what happens like in the gaming community to like start like going up and up.
here's
really
what
have
I thought it
friendships.
was. I thought it was mainly you guys were scared to lose your spot too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that also played a part in it as well.
Like the orgs are like, "Oh, you're not gonna play ball with us? See you March 1st."
I mean, it was more of just like we picked up a sub, and then we didn't even know he was gonna be on our team.
Yeah.
Like it was just like we had a player to just fill the spot.
Yeah,
then-
like if you needed somebody, like if there was issues with you getting over to the U.S. or something like that.
Yeah.
So
But then, like next thing you know, I'm just getting pulled into Discord, and then some sketchy things are happening.
yeah, that sucks. Like it definitely sucks for Spoofs, but I'm sure he'll be able to find a spot back on the team. I know he's grinding. I know he got a little bit of popularity from it. Like I think his stream's a lot bigger now than it was before the whole thing. Like I know people were like,
Yep.
"Oh, Spoofs, I love you. I'm sorry, dude," and like went and supported him, like myself included. I was like, "Yo, I gotta follow Spoofs on Twitch now because this man's got to eat."
Yeah. I mean, he gained a lot of followers from like all that. Pretty sure he
Yeah.
gained like 2,000.
I'm sure he'd rather be in the pro league, but
I mean, yeah, obviously.
at least some kind of silver lining came out of it for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope he gets on a pro team.
Shit happens.
I hope most of the people that got kind of like fucked over get on a pro team.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even before, like people that qualified for the league and then made a change, or not qualified for the league, but qualified for the pro league qualifier. shit, I'm stroking out, but qualified for the qualifier, and then got dropped. Like that shit had me, like feeling bad for people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like Midnight dropped, I think 2 players after their Vegas performance, and then yeah,
I mean, that's the thing though. Like, whenever you're dropping someone, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, bad for the guy," you know, etc., etc. But it's like at the same time, you gotta pull your own weight. Like, you gotta think of it like if you're not ass and you're providing something to a team, you're not getting dropped.
yeah. But I feel like that's what like most of the
There's
time if you
only
see a bad player getting dropped, you understand it. But
yeah.
like with your situation and
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say like there's some few scenarios, like shit happens, like
yeah,
that person shouldn't have gotten dropped. But like the moments everyone sees that someone's getting dropped, they just assume like, oh, I feel bad for the guy, and they don't even know the whole story.
yeah,
They just know a guy got dropped after working hard. But like like, it's a competition. Like everyone's going after each other's spots.
yeah. I mean, there's been 2 or 3, I guess, now with fastball. I guess fastball wasn't really doing that well, but with Farrell for Priesta, I mean, I felt bad about that one too, because Farrell was a beast, worked hard to get into the league, and then lost his spot because Kenny wanted to run a Maddox.
Yeah.
Like that
I
one
mean,
sucked, and the one with Spoof sucked. But I mean, you understand it happens, but still shitty.
for sure.
I think we're probably pretty good to call this a wrap.
Okay.
Ma'am, you want to pimp your shit a little bit to the few people that may be watching?
Um, Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to follow my Twitter, it's at OBO Mayhem. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Follow that guy; he's a fucking beast.
Man for MVP.
I mean, I was calling it.
Wish.
I had you in my top 3
He's in my top 3 right now.
out of Division A anyway. Yeah. Follow me on Twitter at frauds_IR. This will be up on YouTube sometime soon. I don't know when. It's different every week. But yeah. All the socials are on the thing below. Little tag thingies. Follow those up. Hit those up. Shaq.
SJ Fresco on Twitter because I'm too lazy to take my shit to match the team.
That's 4 weeks now. We're going. We still got it.
I mean, should it be on YouTube
Sometime?
Sunday morning?
Yeah, sometime.
Sunday morning?
Depends how shit goes.
Be on. We'll get the audio version somewhere at some
Sometime?
point.
Yeah.
There'll be tweets and shit. Y'all figure it out.
Alright, man. Thanks again for coming on, yo.
Appreciate it.
Shit's
No
dope.
problem.
I
Thank
love
you,
having
guys.
a little bit of an insight from what's going on in the pro league from people that are actually involved in the pro league. So, thanks again.
Thanks. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
we'll be back next week. Probably not with a special guest because we're not that cool anymore. All right. Thanks for watching. Peace.